Welcome back to the Multinational Football League. The Oakland Elks take on the Anchorage Huskies at home in what is set to be a pretty interesting matchup in terms of defenses. Anchorage has cemented itself a little bit in the standings, 1-1, just trailing behind the Rio Thunderbirds. I am the lone commentator in today's game as we see Gardner Minshew running out of the tunnel. Should be a good game for the Elks to try and capitalize. They had the slight advantage in the on paper look. But with that being said, the Huskies will take on the Elks, and noticed a recent surge in subscribers. So of course, sub to the channel if you like the content. Of course, I have shorts out for highlights and everything. Shout out to Ice, he did that for me. And let's get this one kicked off and started. All right. Gonna do a little bit of that and end of the game. All right. The Elks will go ahead and kick it off to the visiting team as the Huskies get this one relatively past the 5, and that is a big return right there to start things off, nearly to the 40. As we see Bryce Young and the Huskies come out to play. We'll see what his stats are. 30 for 45, 279 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So that could be holding this team back, but certainly looking for the rebound here. I mean, it's early in the season, so you don't want to count anybody out. Huskies. And he is not protected for long. Diablo with the sack. 2nd and 19, a huge hit. Makes it, of course, a 9-yard loss, and now they're back to the 30. 2nd and 19, a motion for the Huskies. Seems to be their tight end. Looking to throw is Young. Young fires, passes caught. And he gets about 8 there, making it slightly more manageable. 3rd and 11. Going to be hard to fight out of this circumstance here. Young, he's going to take off with his feet, and he's got it. First down, Huskies on what would be a huge first down if they can travel all the way down the field. Of course, they are at the 49-yard line, so plenty of opportunity here. A motion to one of the receiving people, and that is a huge open pass down to the 24. A huge gain right there for the Anchorage Huskies. That is crazy. So must have been blown coverage on the right side. As that sets up a first down at the 24-yard line. Young. Handoff to Hubbard. And Hubbard is stopped right at the line. Trying to get up through the crowd of defensive linemen. No gain there. 2nd down at the 24. Young gets it out of the backfield to Hubbard, and he's not going anywhere yet again. So really just trying to fight past that line of scrimmage, and now it's 3rd and 10 in what is field goal range. Young motions a man over. He goes back. Young, not protected. Fires, passes caught. He might turn up for a touchdown. No. He'll be brought down at the 2-yard line. That's Adam Thielen for the first down, and more importantly, 1st and goal for the Huskies. So gets that nice separation from the Elks DB. That is a key point in, playing receiver, of course. If you want to catch the ball or be even targeted, you have to get your separation And that's going to be a touchdown for the Huskies. That is Jatavion Sanders, tight end number 0. And he was wide open. He had quite a few options. Of course, that one being the safest. He took that. And now they've got themselves 7 points pending the extra kick. It's up and good. No extra points missed in the first 3 weeks. That's usually a good sign. Anchorage, of course, not going to end that streak. 7-0 as they start out this opening drive. And I told you guys that would be a huge first down if they can get all the way down the field. Of course, Bryce Young taking off. Gave them 7. And now we're going to see Gardner Minshew here inside at the 25. So Gardner Minshew, 26 for 41 so far, 364 yards. He has not had neither a touchdown nor an interception. So looking to see what that's going to be like for the Elks. Meanwhile, handoff will go for 6. And Alexander Madison last week, 15 rushes, 75 yards. And I know that stat sheet looks decent, but I'll tell you, Alexander Madison, he is a huge player for these Elks. And they certainly want him to continue to play throughout his entire career. That is a huge hit. Still first down. I believe that is Jacoby Myers on the first down catch. So now they have first down at the 42-yard line. Goes under center. Minshew with a handoff. And Madison will get up past the 50 to the 49. Makes that his second rush for 15 yards. And now facing second and short. Madison, handoff. It's going to be a first down by just a yard. But honestly, that's double what they needed on 2nd and 1. So now 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line for these Elks. And Minshew looking to throw. Pass is caught, and it'll be 3 yards. Next play coming up, 2nd and 7 at the 43. I believe that's Myers in motion. Play action. Minshew. Gonna let this one fly! End zone! Oh, nearly caught! Great defensive work, but we're gonna have an injury timeout for Johnson, number 52 on the Huskies. We'll see if that evolves into anything later on in this game. Meanwhile, 3rd and 7. They're sending a blitz. Man, that is just a big missed opportunity. That's not really even the quarterback's fault. I mean, you got to catch that ball when it hits you on both hands like that. And now that'll force them to punt on what is 4th and 7 at the 43. And this one not angled correctly to pin them inside the 1. Instead, they're going to take the touchback at the 20-yard line. Anchorage looking to repeat that first drive without as much challenges. And this handoff to Hubbard. While he is pretty slow and changed direction last week, he had 28 rushes for 123 yards and a touchdown to fill all the slots, of course, of a good game for the Huskies. Meanwhile, speaking of which, he's going to be in motion. Young hits his tight end. It's Sanders. Jatavion Sanders, who had the touchdown pass just a while ago, gets open for a huge gain. And the Huskies looking to light up the scoreboard here in just a second. 49-yard line, of course. They are still in their own territory. Well, we've seen this similar thing without as much struggles. Like I said, that's what they want. So, definitely a good thing there. Young fires, and he went sideline. He didn't get it. Max Crosby on the on the coverage. Surprised he's not as much of a threat right now. Meanwhile, 2nd and 10. Hubbard goes forward for 4. And Chuba Hubbard, man, that's the guy that you definitely want on your team, especially when you're a struggling team coming out of the NFL. And that's going to be a penalty. So they're going to go ahead and accept the penalty. It's a false start. Backs him up. 3rd and 11 now at the 48. Sanders in motion. Young looks to throw. Pass is caught. He's got a first down. Thielen will be tackled by Crosby, and it's going to be the 37-yard line where they'll have their first down, and Lalu is going into the locker room, number 96 for the Elks. Defensive lineman, you hate to see it. With such a good running back in that backfield, you definitely want some help. Meanwhile, Young is going to get this one tipped at the line. That is a very important piece right there of this drive for the defense. So props to them. Sanders in motion. He'll go all the way to the bunch side. And now Young fires this one off to Sanders, who's going to have a 8-yard gain. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Huskies. So 3rd and 2 at the 29. The Huskies looking to get back into the end zone here, which if they stall right here, it would be a 3 points anyways. They'll get the first down here to the 24, though, with Chuba Hubbard, which sets up first down now for the Huskies. Thielen in motion. Young looking to throw. He's got Sanders, and that's going to be 7 yards. Jatavion Sanders getting the majority of the targets after his first touchdown catch. We'll see if that trend continues to be a thing. 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line. So now in the red zone. They've been there twice in this first quarter. Can they cap it off with a touchdown? I don't think they'll be able to cap off the first quarter with it, but we'll see. Can they get the ball snapped here? No. Young not even close to being in formation. And speaking of Young, his team, 7-0 start. And the Elks looking to keep him out of the end zone here. First down at the 14-yard line. It's going to have to be a huge defensive effort. Inside the red zone, inside the 15, let alone. And it's going to be a 3-yard gain for Chuba Hubbard. Don't want too many of those small little gains that could add up over time. You definitely want a TFL or something like that. Hubbard carrying the ball forward, though. He's got 4. Sets up 3rd and 2 at the 6. Young getting the snap. Pressured. He's going to take off. Young's got a first down. And that was really close to being a touchdown-saving tackle made by Spillane. And that's going to be 1st and goal once again at the 3-yard line. Huskies looking to go 2-0 on their drives. What a catch! Touchdown! Adam Thielen with the amazing toe tapper right there to possibly put the Huskies up 14-0. Brilliant toe drag right there. Gets the Huskies their touchdown. And now, pending the extra point, it's 14-0. Is up and made. So 14-0. Speaking of 14 plays, 86 yards later, the Huskies find themselves back into a scoring drive, and now that it is 14-0, the Huskies Gonna have to keep up the good work on defense as the Elks come back out at the 28. Definitely more motivated after getting scored on twice with no answer. And motion coming here to Myers. And this one passed in. Not caught for sure. It was a low-lying ball. J.C. Horn getting on it. 2nd and 10 at the 28. Exactly where they started off. After the incompletion, and that's going to be a TFL. Great work by the Huskies to get on that run. As it ends up being 3rd and 11 at the 27-yard line. Elks throwing, passes caught. He's turning upfield. He's got a first down and way more. Not all the way over to the 39. That's Brock Bowers getting into the enemy territory. 39-yard line on what was just a simple little out route. And he just had enough speed and enough toughness to get over that little bit of yardage that he would have missed out on. Motion to Myers once again. See if we get a pass to him. We will, and it's going by the wayside. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 39 once again. Bunch formation goes to Twins as the Elks run game continues to be stopped by this good run support defense in the Anchorage Huskies, as it'll be 3rd and 12 at the 41. Now Minshew looking to throw, pressured, gets this one off to the safety valve, and we're going to see a decision here. Do you go for the field goal, or do you punt it here? 38-yard line, and they're going to take the field goal. This one from 55. Nearly a league-tying field goal. If he can make it, he's got it. What a leg. That's Carlson with the absolute golden leg right there. It does still make it an 11-point difference for the Huskies. As we'll go down to the 28-yard line here. Adam Thielen. He's caught all that's come to him. 40 yards and a touchdown. And a great one at that. So Adam Thielen getting his game started. As far as that goes, and that is a huge sack by Diablo. He's been a good tackler, he's been good on pass defense. I mean, that's all you can ask for out of a defensive guy. Of course, in the secondary. Meanwhile, Sanders in motion there. Young will get a hospital ball off to Adam Thielen. And Thielen, exactly as the quote was coined by, will be heading into the locker room. So that's definitely not a good sign. And now Young going deep. He's got his man. That's a first down. Bryce Young now reaches 150 yards on a brilliant pass downfield. That's Xavier Leggett, the rookie. And he gets him on the crossing route here. So a low-lying ball goes a little bit behind him. He's able to make the adjustment. And now they're up past the 50 to the 48. First down here. Young goes under center. Looking to throw, and he's brought down. 3 sacks for Oakland. And they certainly need him at different times than this, but it'll work. Smith, the second, getting down there. He'll be 2nd and 8 at the 45. Young, hand off to Hubbard. Hubbard goes past the 50. I'll say 47-yard line. Still remains 3rd and 10, though. It's an interesting little glitch there. 3rd and 10. Or in other words, 3rd and long. Leggett in motion. Young looking to throw. He's got his man. It's Hubbard. And that is going to be a first down and way more. At the 24, Spillane now getting in the face of Hubbard, who just pushes him back and is now starting a little bit of trash talk, but nice separation by Hubbard. And as a running back, you don't usually see the speed to get any sort of separation in this league as far as a corner or heck, maybe even a linebacker goes, as that run is brought down. Measure of revenge there for the Elks. 2-yard loss sets them up at the 26. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Young throwing. Pass is caught. It's Xavier Leggett on what will be about an 8-yard gain. 3rd and 4. Inside the red zone now. Wouldn't want to fail. Elks making them go into sort of that mode, and that is a huge QBR, or QBP as I'd like to call it, QB pressure. And it'll be 4th and 4 at the 18, a 35-yarder coming here for the Huskies. It's up and good, which marks the end of the consecutive touchdowns per drive, but it does not stall the scoring. Just a little bit of a setback. It should make somewhat of an opportunity here for the Elks as they come out onto the field. Gardner Minshew, man, he has not had it his way. There's been some good plays, but they come few and far between, and Minshew quickly pressured. Brown chasing him down, and he goes ahead and throws it. That was a close call right there. 2nd and 10 at the 27. Throwing passes caught, and he is lit up after shaking off a tackle. So clearly some frustrations from that, and looks like maybe a 5-man blitz, and that's going to be 2nd and 5 at the 44. They chose not to blitz. It certainly didn't pay off. They would have cut Hubbard right off of where he was running, but not the point. 2-minute warning. And, of course, I will have to take over the commentary for the halftime show. And Minshew throwing. Pass is caught. He's going down the middle of the field, and he's inside the red zone with just under a minute and 50 left. What an unbelievable pass. Huge one down the middle of the field. And on 1st and 10, we'll see what happens here. 19-yard line. Looking to throw. Pass is caught at the 5. Can he get in? Yes! Touchdown! Oakland! That was Tucker, or more importantly, Trey Tucker, for the touchdown. And he fights off 3 Huskies trying to get into the end zone there. 2 up front, 1 trying to drag him from behind, and it just does not work out. 17 to what could possibly be 10 after the extra point. As that's up and good. 17 to 10. The Elks scoring summary, 5 plays, 72 yards in a minute and 50. If you round it up, minute and 49, if you want to be precise, is going to be 17 to 10, like I just said, so it doesn't really matter what time they got down there. And well, now they're going to have a decent return. Brought out to the 29. And a first down, clean slate here for the Huskies. We'll see what they're able to do as they start off with a gain of 9 and Evidently, they want to get down the field. A timeout taken here to ensure that. Second and 1 at 37. Young chucking this one deep, and it's incomplete. Good corner work by Epps. Otherwise, that would have been a huge bomb downfield. 3rd and 1. Huskies looking to avoid punting here, and they will certainly. First down and way past it at the 45. That is a big time catch and run right there out of Adam Thielen. So it's that kind of stuff that you definitely want in the closing minute. As far as giving yourself the advantage, the Elks will receive the second half kickoff, so they're probably a little wary of that too. Pass is dropped by Xavier Leggett. Of course, he had a corner and company, so that's understandable. 2nd and 10 at the 45. Young drops it off to his Sanders, and Tavion Sanders is just not getting anywhere. That's a yard, and timeout taken by the Huskies. 17-10 at the second quarter, and now on 3rd and 9. We're going to see what the Huskies are made of. 44-yard line. Young, pressured by Crosby. Steps up. He's going to run. Young, first down. Oh boy, if I'm the Huskies, I'm calling a timeout right about now. Oh boy. Yeah, there we go. They'll finally take it. And I really thought they were about to run out of time. Really thought they were going to be aggressive and go for the tutty there. Instead, they'll take a 51-yard field goal. If they can make it here, makes it a 10-point deficit. Kick is up and good. 20-10. And the Huskies will go into halftime with a 10-point lead, more than likely, with only 1 second remaining to prove me wrong. And they'll go ahead and kneel here, take it out to the 30 off of basic touchback rules. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now Minshew drops back, heaves it down the field. He's got a wide open man. Oh, but he runs out of bounds. Oh, that is not a good look. They almost had a huge touchdown right there. And like I said, that could have proved me wrong. But here we are, a halftime report for the Multinational Football League. We'll take a look at some of these games around the states. San Juan visits the United States, taking on the Brooklyn Blues. 7-16. Drake May with a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers held without one. So QB battle there. Louisville Lumberjacks and the Memphis Shamrocks went to town, and the Lumberjacks end up coming away with the win. So Memphis has been upset slightly by that. And coming up, Virginia Beach Dragons taking on the Dublin Redwoods. That will be the next game that I upload. And the Huskies so far, I mean, they've been doing pretty well. Dropping a pass off to Sanders. Young has 2 passing touchdowns, one by Adam Thielen, which was a monstrous catch. And the Elks looking to get into a rhythm, sort of like what the Huskies had in the first. And Gardner Minshew here to lead them out. I mean, I think if they could get enough separation out of their guy at the end of the half, they certainly can. Here, and it's incomplete. Taking a deep shot. Great coverage by the secondary. Locked him down for sure, as Madison will go for a gain of 1. And this drive looking like it's going to stall out early here. Possible 3 and out. 3rd and 9. Elks looking to prove that statement wrong. Pass is caught, and Brock Bowers is just going to get lit up. And the Huskies prove my point. 3 and out. On 4th and 4 at the 33, they'll go ahead and send the punt team out. This has just been an Elks drought as far as, first of all, winning, but second of all, I mean, just scoring in general. They've only had a touchdown in 3 as Bryce Young walks onto the field. He's got 2 tutties today. And Adam Thielen, Tavion Sanders catching both. And this young man, he's been doing very well in this league. Certainly happy to see what he does further on as he goes under center here. Gives it to Chuba Hubbard. And Hubbard breaking off a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1. To put this game in perspective, as for rushing, that's probably Hubbard's longest gain. So it's been tough to try and get past the rush defense here. That's a 1st down for the Huskies. 1st and 10 at the 35. The Huskies looking to get into a rhythm. I mean, they certainly had one in the first half for certain, as Coker will get that pass. It's going to be 2nd and 5 at the 40. A handoff here. And Hubbard breaking off a pretty nice little gain. 1st and 10 at the 49. Epps on the tackle. You just can't believe he got that far. A stack formation here for the Huskies. On their own 49. Pass is incomplete. Headed for Tavion Sanders. It's a hard catch to make. Cornerback bearing down. Quarterback's got to throw it. And not very much left for the receiver to do. Young. Throwing. He's going to go sideline. 3rd and long. You can't count him out. They've been really successful on 3rd down throughout this entire game. Probably about a 99% conversion rating, and that one will drop them by a bit. 4th and 10, the Elks defense doesn't stall out this time, and we'll see a punt, which has been a rare occasion for the Huskies so far. And this one will hit the end zone. 1st and 10 at the 20. The Elks trying to come out and make the most of what they have with this opportunity. No score here. Marks the first time the Huskies have gone scoreless on a drive, and Madison taking a huge chunk out of that play there. 7 yards. Makes it 2nd and 3 at the 27 now. Madison. He's going off, and it's going to be to the 46. That might be his longest today. Just got done talking about Chuba Hubbard's longest run of the day, and there goes Alexander Madison. I mean, he's been doing very well running the ball. He's a good running back, but no one's been able to get anywhere in this game. 4 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 6 at the midfield stripe. So now the Elks looking for a possible big play here. Minshew, he's going to take off for a run. He's hardly done this today, if at all, and he's going to have a 1st down. 39-yard line is where it'll end up after running and, of course, sliding. Makes it 1st and 10 at the 39. Handoff. Madison will not go for a gain enough to get the sticks. Instead, it'll be 2nd and inches. Just the length of the football away. Madison will have a 1st down. Probably about 3 yards on that gain, I would say. 1st and 10 at the 26 now. Gives them at least a field goal if they can keep the good stuff going. They want 7, and they're going to prove that with a pass going inside the 5 to the 4, and Trey Tucker might just have had himself another touchdown pass. Defense is caught off guard by the crossing route. No one there to guard him, and, well, now it's 1st and goal. Elks could get right back in this game. A handoff to Madison will go to the 4, making it 2nd and goal. 20-10 for the Elks. Looking to throw. And Minshew goes down. Stayed in the pocket. Bad decision apparently, as it'll be 3rd and goal. And Tuttle getting the sack. So 3rd and goal remains the oppressor here at the 6-yard line. Can they convert with a touchdown here? Pass is caught near the goal line. They're going to say touchdown, Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker gets his touchdown. It'll be his 2nd of the game. And, man, he certainly helped the Elks out a lot here. Adam Thielen proving to be a considerable out here for the Huskies. Trey Tucker just getting started in the 3rd quarter. 10 plays, 80 yards, and pretty lengthy drive. 5 minutes, 22 seconds to run off the clock. Bowers, who is a great tight end, of course, going to the sideline now after no targets on that particular drive. Is now we'll see a return to the 25, so a little iffy. Bryce Young, only 8 incompletions today, 220 yards and 2 touchdowns. Most of the incompletions coming off their last drive, so with the game being so close, Huskies fans ought to hope that they just can get within field goal range, kick their 3, and have the game bless them with no interception. Handoff by Hubbard will end up getting a 1st down at the 35. First and 10 now. A little bit of a single back formation look here. And Bryce Young will have 3 yards after the pass to Xavier Leggett, makes it 2nd and 7. 38-yard line now for the Huskies. Pass is incomplete. Thielen getting back in the game, and man, I know that had to hurt. No, I'm sorry, that was Coker. Thielen was number 19, I gotta remember that. 3rd and long, once again, the situation here. Looking to throw, he's got a 1st down at the midfield stripe. DJ Moore getting in there for the 1st down, of course. A little comeback route had to be the decider there, and, well, honestly, I don't see any Huskies fans complaining about it. They're just happy to get the 1st down, keep the drive moving, and I'm sure this team is as well. Sanders in motion. And this pass is caught at the midfield stripe. Not going to go hardly any further. They get 2 yards, and I think that's Epps to end the quarter. 20-17. The Elks making a comeback. And the Huskies in the middle of trying to stop that comeback. 20-17, of course, as I just said. And man, this game has been a wild one. Another 12 minutes of good clock run here. 2nd and 8 at the 48. Pass is caught. Xavier Leggett. First down at the 30. So a first down at the 30-yard line. Bryce Young goes under center. He's going to snap and pass it. It's caught, and man, they're going to say he just stepped out of bounds after a gain of 7, 22-yard line. And man, I've seen that one going for a while. Imagine if he wouldn't have stepped out. And RPO here. Pass is caught by Xavier Leggett. It's going to be a first down at the 17-yard line. Well, now the Huskies in a scoring situation. The Elks have got to keep them out right here if they want any shot. That doesn't involve a 2-possession game being in the equation. End zone! Nearly caught right there. Great work on the defense to try and get it out there. Because my, oh my, that would have been a horrible time for the Elks. Anchorage is going to go down here. Bryce Young is sacked by Diablo for about the 2nd time today. Maybe the 3rd. And speaking of third down, third down and 16. Coker in motion. Young, the throw. He's got Xavier Leggett on a check down. And it's going to be 4th and 8. So this is still comebackable for the Elks. That's exactly what they want, is the field goal after getting in to their territory for a while there, and they were never able to set up 1st and goal. So it's another big accomplishment. They'll take their 3, and now the Elks can try and get themselves on track. 1st and 10 at the 27. Minshew and the Elks have had quite the offensive struggle. 3rd quarter, they opened the gap a little bit, and that's intercepted just as I was starting to talk. That's a pick 6. One of the few we've seen in the league. Anchorage and Dane Jackson have their first. Jackson jumps this route absolutely beautifully. This one intended for Brock Bowers. It's just too little too late. As Jackson gets into the end zone, he's able to celebrate on the sidelines. And wow, a gutsy move. They're going for 2 points. Very few of these we've seen. And Sanders is going to get it in. Another open pass there. I guess I just don't want to guard him on the goal line. Now it's a 31-17 game. Of course, there's really a heightened fear for the Elks now with 8 minutes and 43 seconds. I mean, how do you answer to that? That's 2 possessions that you've just let up off of a pick 6, and obviously you've got to do a little bit more as well. A nice little juke right there. Gets them quite a chunk of yardage after the fact. They'll get 27 yards. And here is Gardner Minshew after throwing his first pick of the game. It results in 8. As it'll be a first down here. New slate here. Throwing, and it's intercepted once again. Someone tell him to, check if he's colorblind. Mike Jackson. with a huge interception right there. That might just close out the game, to be honest with you. I mean, they've got plenty of time, but if Anchorage can score here, it's over. Now, Bryce Young has looked pretty well on this offense. Taking a look here. Of course, he had Sanders on the early touchdown pass and Adam Thielen, who, of course, is out of the game now, but he had an insane catch as well. So now, Anchorage is looking to put this one away as soon as they can. And a touchdown pass here, which certainly do it. Hand off to Hubbard. And Hubbard got himself a first down. Setting his record and breaking it right there. That's now his longest run. 1st and 10 at the 34 now. Anchorage is absolutely knocking the crap out of the Elks right now. Not looking good. Inside the 25 to the 22-yard line, we see a first down for the young-led Huskies, and Sanders is going to have to take a minute on the ground. That was a huge hit. So 2nd and 4 coming up. 16-yard line. Play action. And he tries to run. It's just not going anywhere. Max Crosby gets his first sack of the game. He's got a little group celly going on. It's always nice to see those choreographed touchdown celebrations. Like I said, you'd love to see it. Crosby blitzing off the edge. He is unaware of the run, and it's going to be 4th and 1 at the 13-yard line. Now a decision for the Huskies. Do they want to run up the score with 7, possibly 8, or do they want to just put the score with 3 and leave it at that? And the Huskies will opt to take 3 here. And this kick is up and good. 34-17. The Huskies might have just iced our game here in Oakland. Obviously, a national game here, not an international game. And Anchorage showing that the flight was certainly worth it, as Gardner Minshew has just not looked too good in the past couple. I mean, you see a deep ball go for an interception there. You see another interception just a little earlier go for a pick 6, and now they've got 34 after a field goal. I mean, what do you really do in this situation other than just chuck it up and hope someone's there? Minshew's going to go back to the air after back-to-back interceptions. Finally, someone catching the ball. Brock Bowers getting his reception there. He should have been targeted a while ago, as his team has struggled without him, and now they're starting to get consecutive passes to him. 3rd and 1 at the 35. The Elks looking to convert here. Huge that they convert, and a little extra here. Minshew chucks this one deep. Intercepted once again. Back-to-back drives with an interception. It's Mike Jackson once again. I can't believe it. The safety ends up with a huge AINT once again. It's another contested ball, just snagging this one over the head of Jacoby Myers. And that is not a good look for Minshew right now. He's went for 2 deep passes so far, and they've just been intercepted time and time again. Obviously forced into a bad situation after the first couple of scores. And The Huskies will go ahead and probably attempt to run the clock out at this point because this game has just gone way too far in their favor. Even if they turn it over here, I mean, the game's over. It's 34-17. Elks maybe with a prideful stop here, but other than that, it's really not working. Chuba Hubbard with a first down, and they're able to run way more time off the clock. This one was starting to get close for the Elks, and now the Huskies pulling away in the fourth, as that TFL will actually work a little bit of a wonder here for the Elks, and now 2nd and 11. Letting a play clock wind down a little. Common. Halfback draw is not going to work. 3rd and 13. Now at the 42. Nearly the 2-minute warning. They'll probably get a snap off here just before. Or they can bleed the clock and just take it in there. They will. So, with the 2-minute warning coming in the second half of this game, it has been a wild one in the fourth for the Huskies. I mean, talk about picks galore. I mean, most of the drives here in the fourth have resulted in picks for the Elks. They haven't scored since their second drive in the third quarter. And their defense certainly hasn't. I mean, actually, I'll give a little credit to their defense. They have stopped them quite a bit. But, I mean, this offense certainly flatlined. Minshew. Man, I see a lot of hate comments coming his way. Gardner Minshew, just what a absolute game throw right there. Minshew's going to stick to the slip screen. Reasonable pass right there. Gets him a first down. And you've got to wonder, man, what happened in the fourth quarter that made Minshew, well, more like real life Minshew, because this game was going their way and everything. And then Minshew just kind of chucks the ball down the field, not thinking twice about it, and ends up screwing himself and his teammates, as that's a pretty good run after the catch there by Trey Tucker, and he's the only one with touchdowns right now on that Elks offense, so reasonably trying to target him every time. And there's Jakobi Meyers. I think that's his first catch of the day because I haven't seen him otherwise. 6 yards. He gets out of bounds here with about a minute left. And I think they're just going for the garbage time touchdown. Minshew is going to have this one fly out of his receiver's hands. Incomplete. I believe the back of the nameplate there said Marshall Jr. As it'll be 3rd and 4. Minshew chucks this one deep. He's got one finally. Trey Tucker reeling it in, and now no huddle here. And with just a couple seconds left, Jakobi Meyers will drop the ball once again. I wouldn't be surprised if he's released or is a trade target here in the next couple weeks because, I mean, man, these drops are bad. Minshew going end zone, and there it is. Touchdown and possible trade value for Jakobi Meyers right there. (34-24) potentially after this kick, and it is up and good. 8 plays, 86 yards, 53 seconds in time, and they've got a lot to do if they even want this. And I don't think it's necessarily a fact of if they want this, it's if they have it. And the Huskies will just close the door right there. I mean, evidently so. I mean, we didn't even see really any potential after the first 2 picks, especially the third one. I think the third one just sealed it, as Bryce Young will end the day off 30-40, over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns for him as well. And he'll take a knee right on the Elks logo, and man, that's got to tick somebody off. No timeouts, and he'll get to do it again. That's really all that means, and, well, now Young and the Huskies will get to celebrate, taking their final meal here. And that is it. Your final score, 34-24, the Elks. Man, I mean, they've got a lot of work to do. 0-3 start to the season, and unless they magically get better here, I mean, it's just going to continue to be a struggle for them. Meanwhile, Bryce Young, I mean, if he keeps doing exactly what he's doing, he should be all right. I mean, this is a young star in the making for the Huskies. As for Jacoby Myers, you know, guys like him, and of course, guys that you know, are injured right now, like Adam Thielen. I'm sorry, I had a little bit of a brain fart there trying to come up with that one, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean 200 plus yards. I meant 301. And the funny thing is Minshew comes in with 3 touchdowns, 301 yards, pretty much one-upping him, but the completion percentage speaks volumes. 2 touchdowns for Bryce Young, 301 yards, and 75 completion percentage for him, as Minshew ends the day off with 3 touchdowns, 301 yards, and 61.3 as his completion percentage. As we take a look at the injury list, because I'm running out of time, like 3 minutes. QBR is completely different, and Minshew's just really took a drop after the 3 INTs, so just wasn't looking good for him. Meanwhile, Chuba Hubbard didn't have himself a bad game at all. 18 attempts, 79 yards. Nothing crazy there. Alexander Madison, he did pretty good on the ground. You know, 12 attempts, 61 yards. And that's exactly what you want to see on that average as well. Nearly 5 yards every time. And Bryce Young, 5 attempts, 22 yards, and a 4.4 on average. And Minshew only took off once, and it was 11 yards. So there was a point in the game when he could do stuff. It was just on his feet. Jatavion Sanders will have one of the better stat lines. I mean, it's definitely a step up for certain for the... Well, yeah, he's a rookie. That's why I really didn't get to him. Xavier Leggett, he's a rookie, and, well, he did pretty good. He's a good little young rookie, certainly making his way in the NFL. 6 receptions, 68 yards, 11.3 average there, but nothing really compares, well, unless you take Oakland's own Terrace Marshall Jr., which I knew that was the name on the back of the nameplate there. I don't know how I didn't say his name a little more often, but, I mean, this guy had 33 yards pretty much on any catch, give or take. Sure, he's also responsible for the thing earlier. Anyways, not seeing anything about a update on Adam Thielen, DJ Johnson, Jonah Lalu are the injuries that do show up. So, a lot of concern for Adam Thielen, as I'll see you later here from Oakland. Peace out.